Hey, what is up everybody? It is SwiperTheSlyFox here, and I'm coming at you today with a review of Crytek's new game, The Hunt Showdown. And this is a Monster Hunter game where you work in a co-op situation with either a friend or a random person, or you can even go in solo and collect clues and hunt down monsters. As of right now, the game is just in alpha, and to gain access, you have to go online at their website, which I'll link below in the description, and sign up via email to receive a key to get into the alpha. So before I really get started with my review, I'll go into a little more detail about what you do in this game. You spawn in at the edge of the map, and you work your way in finding clues using your dark vision, which you'll see me use here in this video. Once you have located a clue, you simply activate it by walking up to it and pressing F, and once a clue is activated, it will cut off a portion of your map. Once that portion of your map is cut off, you know that the monster you're hunting is not in that area, and you can work freely through the other areas searching for the monster. While you're doing this, there are 4 other teams also doing the same thing. Each team either has 2 people or 1 person running solo. As of now, there is no advantage to running solo, so more than likely you will run into teams of 2 or a person who has lost their teammate in an earlier gunfight. But you continue working your way around the map until you found all 3 clues. Once you found all 3 clues, the map will center in on where the monster is, and you make your way there and you defeat it. Once you finish the boss fight, you banish it to hell, which takes, I'd say, about a minute and a half to banish the final boss. And once you've started the banishing process, every other team is alerted that someone is banishing the monster, and their map also shows them exactly where you are. So it really becomes a fight for your life, and a showdown, if you will. If you are able to pick up all of the bounty off of the monster, there's 2 pieces of bounty, which is why you have a team of 2. If you are able to pick up all of the bounty and make it off of the map safely, you get a huge reward in the end. You get a lot of experience, a lot of money for your character, and you level up. One thing about this game that is so different than every other game I've ever played is that it is permadeath. So when the hunter that you're using is dead, everything he had is gone, and the hunter himself is gone. You've lost all that experience. And I think that that's a really, really cool aspect of this game, and it's going to take it really, really far. Just that aspect alone is going to help carry this game really far. So now that I've gone over the basics of the game and what your overall objective is, I want to talk for a little bit about the leveling up system and how it works in this game. Because it is permanent death, you really feel like you're losing a lot when your character dies because the level you got on him is completely gone and you have to start from scratch. But you do have what they call in this game a bloodline, and that is your overall profile level. You level that up by doing everything you do in game, killing monsters, finding clues, collecting bounties, escaping. You level your bloodline and your hunter up through that. The only difference in the 2 levels is that your hunter dies and that level is gone forever, but your bloodline level stays the same no matter what. And right now it is capped out at 50, but I feel like that's going to go a lot higher as the game progresses. So now about the weapons and this overall mechanics of it. The game itself is based in the mid to late 1800s. It has more of a western feel to it, so all of the weapons are from that time period. You've got a lot of lever action rifles, single and double barrel shotguns, and then your classic revolvers. And there are a couple styles of revolvers. I haven't really found one that does outstanding compared to the other one. They're just your classic secondary handgun. But the best secondary right now that I have found is the single shot shotgun. They call it the hand cannon, and that is because shotguns in this game are absolutely phenomenal. They only come in double barrel or single shot, but it really doesn't matter because one shot is all you need to kill somebody. If you can get in range of somebody with a shotgun, you can completely take them down with a shotgun, no problem. Same thing with the rifles and headshots. If you can land a headshot on somebody with a rifle, I don't know if you insta-kill them, but you do instantly down them, forcing their teammate to have to revive them or fight a 2v1, which really, really is good. I do like the one-shot headshot mechanic. But there are a couple problems I have with the gunplay in this game, and it has nothing to do with the guns themselves. It's more the mechanics of the guns used. To aim, you have to first right-click, and then shift to bring your sights up. And that's just really wonky to me. I've never played a game like that. It could just be me. I do know that other people are struggling getting this down, and that's something that they're going to have to work on. There needs to be a single aim down sight button. It could even do the same thing as PUBG where you just hold or click the right click, and that could really be more effective, I feel like, than click and shift at the same time. I feel like it limits my mobility in some situations. And then there's the head bobble. I absolutely hate it. I hate head bobble. They need to have a way to remove it. It needs to be an option. They need to bring that in as soon as they can. There needs to be some way to take out the head bobble. They just recently released a patch which took out motion blur, which was great, and now they need to do the same thing for head bobble. It has to be something that we are in control of, because I cannot stand it. I know it helps with immersion, and I know it helps bring you more into the game, but it takes away so much of the action. I can't stress enough how much I hate head bobble. The feel as you join into a game, I really can't compare to anything because I've never had that feeling before, especially on night mode. It's just almost instant terror. Like, you know that what you're about to fight is going to be scary. If it's the spider, it's going to be quick. It's going to be painful. It's going to be hard. It's just going to be hard all the way around. And if you're fighting the butcher, you know that you're going to have to really be methodical about how you fight this monster. You're going to have to hope that your teammate has your back while it's chasing you, and likewise for you while it's chasing them. And I really like that about this game. Every map is different. Every game is different. You never know where the clues are going to be. You never know what you're going to run into on the road when you're trying to get to these clues, and you never know how you're going to handle the boss fight. I have played this game a couple times, and I have played the different bosses, and I've played every boss in a different location so far, and just that variety really helps each map bring something new, because you might handle it one way when it's in a certain building, and then you go fight it the next time, and it's in the middle of a barnyard with hay bales everywhere, and the butcher is just setting everything on fire. Like, I really like that. It helps bring a new level of immersion into the game, because you're just like the hunter you're playing. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You just know that you're there to do a job, and you're trying to get it done as best you can and not die. There's definitely a feeling of excitement every time I load up this game. I can't get over how well done it is. Because this game is in alpha, I'm not going to bash too hard on the frames it gets, or the certain things about it that may or may not happen correctly, just because it is alpha, and I know that alpha games are pretty raw. Like, this is a dev build. Like, this was never put out with the intention of it being the full release. I get consistently 25 to 30 frames in this game. Within high impact areas, I might get between 10 and 15. But I am running a GTX 970, a lower graphics card, so I wasn't expecting much when I did download the game. But when it is optimized, I do feel like it will be a lot better. It will be a lot smoother. There won't be those half-second frame drops or those lags that you get. So I'm not really going to touch on that like I feel like most people would, just because I understand that this is an alpha. Like, this was never meant to run 100% smoothly. It's not been optimized. Once it's optimized, this game will be amazing. But I will say that the frames don't have as big of an impact as they do on games like Call of Duty and Siege. In games like Call of Duty and Siege, if you drop below 60 frames, you are in such a huge disadvantage with the person you're playing against and the people you're playing with. You're never going to see that in this game. If your frames are at a constant 30, you'll do fine. My games stay at 30, and I do absolutely fine. I've got a couple wins, I've gotten some kills. Like, I don't have any problem. I've never taken damage because my frames dropped. So I guess my overall review of this game would have to be that right now, in the state that it's in and the build that it's in, this game is absolutely amazing, and I see nowhere that it can go but up. As they develop, they will add more monsters, they will add more guns, they will add more game modes. There is talk right now of a game mode with more than one boss on each map. Maybe more teams. Maybe that means more players. I just know that right now this game is absolutely amazing, and if I could give keys to people myself, I would give keys to everybody that I could, everybody I knew that was excited for this game or that needed to play a game like this. You won't see a game like this for a long time, and if you do, it will just be a complete whitewash of this, a complete copy and paste. They've done really well with this game, and it's an original idea, which isn't something that as gamers we see very often anymore. It is generally just the same copy-paste shooter like with Call of Duty. I have nothing negative to say about the developers, the way that they've handled this, the way they've handled giving out keys. I feel like they're doing it as professionally as they can, and they have been hit hard with a lot of negative feedback because the frames are low in some places or because some things are broken, which I don't think is fair. They released this with the intention of fixing those problems. That's why they released this alpha. They want those problems to be fixed. So if you do have a key and you hate on this game because of the frame drops or because something broke and your character died and that made you mad, just think about for a second that you are playing an alpha. You're not playing even a beta. This game wasn't given to everyone. It was given to a select group of people via keys. Yes, it was random, but it's still a select few group of people with the intention of listening to their feedback and fixing the problems that we find as a community. That's huge. We have the chance and the ability to fix this game and make it perfect. We just have to take advantage of it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. Check me out on Twitter in the link below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. You guys stay awesome.